Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLuga. Thanks so much for being here Thursday, August 7th. Jaguars Training Camp Practice number 12 in the books. This was the final practice before the Jaguars take the field Saturday night at Everbank Stadium against the Pittsburgh Steelers for their preseason Week 1 opener. We're going to go over everything we saw at practice today. Liam Cohen spoke to the media after practice, and yes, Jaguars starters, everybody that is available, will play Saturday night. How long they will play, that remains to be determined. I would guess the starters, not very long. Travis Hunter will play both sides. So fans are going to get to see a little bit of a show Saturday night for the Jacksonville Jaguars in the preseason opener. But right now we're going to talk about everything I saw at training camp practice number 12. Was a little bit of a shorter practice today, getting ready for Saturday night, no pads. So maybe a little bit less hitting, but overall I thought it was energetic from both sides. I think that there was some back and forth, and we're going to dive into it. Really appreciate y'all being here. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. You can also check out genjag.com/shop, pick up some new Duval gear, help support the channel further. So Mason Smith still off to the side. Still no Caleb Bransaw, still no Buster Brown, still no Jalen McLeod. Those guys are all week to week, maybe out for training camp, etc. Cole Van Lannon, didn't see him out there. He's out for training camp. Eric Armstead, still not seeing him at practice right now. So last time I saw him was Friday night for the scrimmage. He was not dressed in uniform. He was just in street clothes. So we'll see what's up with Eric at some point. Hopefully he can get back, right? Travis Hunter did play both sides today. Again, started out with the teal practice jersey and then just threw on the white penny when he went to the defensive side of the ball. I think that's exactly what they need to do moving forward because it's just more time efficient to throw on the white penny versus actually switching jerseys every time. So very good with that. Getting into the team portion of practice, again, this was a shorter practice. It was 9 to about 10:30. Usually you're talking about like 8:40 to 10:30, something like that. So just a little bit shorter. It was cool out there today. There was a lot of cloud cover, so not too much heat. Getting into team, the Jags offense came out scorching early. The defense looked a little bit low energy, looked like a defense that was just ready for for Saturday night. Because going into this practice, the team already knew that they were going to play Saturday night, and so looked like a defense that wasn't all in on full effort. But then they turned the heat up. The defense did. The defense came back and made it a hard-fought practice. Overall, I would still say the offense won the day because of how strongly they started. But defense fought back. And that's exactly what you want to see. Early on, the Jags' run game, again, it was not a padded practice, but you still had physicality. And the Jags' run game was getting it done at a really high clip. It was like every single run, the runner was getting to the second or third level without being touched, right? It's one thing in an unpadded practice for it to look like, a running back bounced off a couple of tackles and looked like he had a nice run. That really is not going to tell you much because it's like, would that tackler have actually been able to get the runner to the ground or not? We don't know. But when a running back is getting to the second or third level untouched, that is a good sign for the rushing attack and a bad sign for the run defense. And I think the Jaguars' run defense is going to be really strong this year, but the Jags' rushing attack was bringing it early on in practice. They had a really nice run concept with Travis Etienne to start practice, to start the team portion of practice. I can't go into it details-wise, but it was a fun play. And it picked up a ton of yards. Etienne easily got to the third level. Bigsby on the next run was untouched to the third level. Bigsby on his next run was untouched to the second level. Another strong run from Travis Etienne after that. I think every running back early on in this practice had at least one run where they got to the second level untouched. Now, some of that was just really good blocking. Some of it was a runner utilizing good blocking and maybe putting on a move, jump cutting, reading the blocking out very well and making a nice play themselves. But again, I think all the running backs had really good moments today. I think Tank Bigsby just had a great day overall. Bottom line. Trayvon Walker finally, I think, got like the first decent run defense play where he had to run stuff. Couple other notes. BJ Green had a sack. I think that's his second sack this week. So somebody that's trying to make a name for himself a little bit here. Rookie out of Colorado, Travis Hunter's former teammate, current teammate. Nick Mullins threw an interception on a Hail Mary. It was in the end of half type of thing. So like, I don't think you get upset at Nick Mullins for throwing that interception, right? Because you have to throw it into the end zone. But I did not see who intercepted it. Whoever did intercept it, kudos to them. Great play by them. So you can get, excited for what the defense did on that play because they did their job. Nick Mullins had to throw it up in that situation. He did, and he got intercepted. So, it is what it is. Chad Muma had a would-be sack today. I mentioned the running backs. I think that Tootin, Jackson, and Allen all had nice plays as the kind of, 2, 3, 4, 5, or excuse me, 3, 4, 5 running backs. Obviously, right now it's Bigsby and Etienne as your 1 and 2. So, yeah, I thought those guys all did good. The run defense did tighten up a little bit throughout practice. I think Bigsby, again, continued to have a strong practice. Etienne had a really nice catch and run. Jackson had a catch and run. Allen had a catch and run. I think Tootin did too. So, it was all over in terms of those running backs making plays today. So that's a good sign for them. Getting into what Trevor Lawrence did today, he was 13 of 21 with 2 touchdown passes, no interceptions. We'll go through it right now. He started this practice 7 of 7 in team. He was scorching. Like I said, run defense wasn't really bringing it. Pass coverage looked like they weren't getting the job done for a while. He ended up 13 of 21, so he slowed down a lot from that point. And we'll talk about it all. But his first completion was a nice shot down the field to Brian Thomas Jr., probably like 15, 20 yards down the field over the middle. Dewey Winger did have a unblocked pressure on that. So would he have made that play? Would Lawrence have sidestepped in the way he did? Don't know. But good throw by Lawrence to Brian Thomas Jr. to get things started. Then Parker Washington. Lawrence on the move. Parker Washington was able to extend up and haul in a really nice catch to get Lawrence to 2 of 2. He hit Brian Thomas Jr. again for like 15 more yards. Then he hit De'Ami Brown on a touchdown. It was a contested grab right at the goal line. It was a touchdown there for De'Ami Brown and Trevor Lawrence to get to 4 of 4. He then completed a pass to Travis Hunter, then completed 2 straight passes to Brenton Strange. 7 of 7. First incompletion was a deep shot to De'Ami Brown, which was just a little too deep, very tight coverage from Jarian Jones, who continues to play very well. He then missed Travis Hunter, which it was almost a perfect throw and almost a perfect diving attempt, fully extended attempt where only Travis Hunter could get it, but it was just a little bit too much. And he couldn't quite haul it in, even though he did get at least one hand on it. He then had a really, really nice throw to De'Ami Brown. So there was 2 straight incompletions. Both of them were just taking shots. This was, and there might have been throws where I just didn't see the anticipation on it as much, but Trevor Lawrence threw the ball way before De'Ami made his break. And then when De'Ami made his break, the ball was right there and De'Ami hauled it in. And when you're throwing with that much anticipation, that's a really good sign. That's a really good sign. That was awesome. 8 of 10 at that point. Then he threw one to Brian Thomas Jr. at the goal line, 1-on-1 with Tyson Campbell. You throw it up. You expect Brian Thomas Jr. to come down with it. Tyson Campbell got the PBU. Great play by Tyson. Those are 2 guys that go at it in practice every single day. And yes, that does mean Brian Thomas Jr. was back from his illness. Forgot to mention that earlier. Fell to 8 of 12. targeting Travis Hunter in the end zone. And this was one that was definitely a turnover-worthy play. Jordan Lewis should have intercepted it. And after he didn't intercept it and fell to the ground, he was like, dang, should have had that. And he should have. And he's the type of guy that makes that play probably 9 times out of 10. Probably a throw Trevor shouldn't have made, or either that or Hunter was not at the right depth, one of the two. I think testing Jordan Lewis in these tight spaces in the red zone, around the goal line, in the flat, intermediate, that's tough. We've talked about it. He is really tough to complete passes on in those situations. Then completed a pass after that to Travis Hunter, which was cool. After that, Jarian Jones locked up Brian Thomas Jr., and Hunter was wide open on that play. Travis Hunter was. So it would have been a little bit of a read. He saw, Trevor Lawrence saw one-on-one coverage, Brian Thomas Jr. versus Jarian Jones, and said, I'm taking my shot. Hard to blame him for that. Usually that's going to work out. Brian Thomas Jr., I think, has proven that he is definitely more of a gamer than just a practice showing out all the time at practice, right? So good coverage again by Jarian Jones. Then fell to 9 of 15. Gave Travis Hunter a chance to go up for it on the opposite sideline. Could not. He went up and got it. Jordan Lewis was closest there. He got there and kind of made it difficult, but Hunter couldn't maintain control of the ball through the ground. So these are a couple plays, probably 2-3 plays where it's like Lawrence gave his guy a shot. His guy didn't come down with it. Then you have 9 of 16. It was a tipped pass at the line. It was either Jordan Jefferson or Trayvon Walker. I couldn't tell who it was. Next one was a completion to Travis Etienne. It was a short throw, but it was a big gain. Big gainer for sure. And then a shot to Britton Strange for a touchdown from a good distance out. Britton Strange got wide open. You've seen that. You've seen them able to hit the tight ends down the field several times, and several times it's been wide open like that. So that's something to keep an eye on for sure. Was 11 of 18 at that point. Then got to 12 of 19, a 15-plus yard gain on a rollout to Brian Thomas Jr., then a Travis Hunter drop is what it is. And then a completion to Johnny Munt for his final throw of the day. Short completion to Johnny Munt. So finished 13 of 21, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 turnover-worthy play, 1 drop. Overall, solid day. I thought there was a couple times where maybe he could have taken an easier throw where he went and gave his guy an opportunity to go up and get it one-on-one, and the guys just didn't come down with it. So it is what it is. Not a big deal. Trevor Lawrence, to me, this is like the end of training camp and the start of preseason at this point. So going into preseason, he's 139 of 210, 22 touchdown passes, 4 interceptions, 8 drops, 2 turnover-worthy plays. Trevor Lawrence, I think, had his best training camp of his career so far, and he did that with working on so much stuff mechanically, footwork-wise, mentally, and working with, without Christian Kirk, without Evan Ingram, and with new guys. So pretty good camp from Trevor Lawrence, in my opinion. I think he still would admit that he's got a long way to go in this offense. All the guys do. It's, about a month until regular season kickoff. So they're going to be working at getting this right and getting ready for week 1. But first things first, preseason week 1 is this Saturday for the Jaguars, and everybody's going to play. Everybody that's healthy is going to play, according to Liam Cohen. So get your popcorn ready. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.